Hello everybody and welcome back once again to Let's Play Pathfinder Kingmaker. Yes indeed. As we left off last time, we were here in the room containing one Avinash Jurg. Quite a nasty character, in fact. But, like all else who have stood in our way, they now lie dead at our feet. But, yes, off camera I just sorted out a couple of the equipment things and had a look through what we collected at the back end of the last session. And as we were exploring the rest of this room, there was a switch on the wall which opened this door, which we couldn't figure out how to open at the end of the last session. And it opened a little sneaky hidey room here where we have found the final Technic League thingamabobs. So that's nice. We're still buffed, of course, so we're going to proceed onwards as quickly as we can up this corridor to this corridor here. There is also a way to get through there, so we'll go there next, but we wanted to check out the area with the steps, and we did see that there was some golems there when we went exploring briefly before we ended up dying horribly in the corridor, getting wiped out. Golden golems. Now, I can't remember 100% for sure, but I seem to kind of recall that golden golems did some kind of like really horrible damage to us, like ability drain or something. We don't have Death Ward anymore, which is a bit of a pain, but we have items such as this lovely antique painting ruined by some talentless painter. Oh dear. I wonder who that could be. But yeah, we have golems and we have a corridor, and these things are clearly going to activate, so we've got to be very careful here how we go about our business. We're going to cast a couple of things with Reggie. We are going to rest soon. Who's got the mass bull strength? Yeah, you have. We're going to cast that now. Okay, excellent. We're going to cast another bless. Okay, we're going to cast another haste. It's in a minute. We're going to go with a. Does he have any more shields on? No, we're going to go with a. We'll go with a shield of dawn this time. Okay, a displacement. Okay, and then finally a haste. Okay, we're going to run through the corridor hasted. And if they trigger, or they get into combat, or they whatever, they go hostile, we'll have at least some form of defense, casting mirror, and maybe even a displacement on you. There we go. So just buffing the party that little bit more for this potential horrible situation, and hope that we get through unscathed, or at least with minimal air level drain if we can help it, or ability damage drain, or whatever the hell it's going to do to us. Who knows? Ah, not a peep. That's good.
Can you make an epic pose?
Oh,
inspiration.
A melodic sound like 100 tiny bells rings from under the floor, from the walls, and even from the ceiling. It seems you've activated a magical alarm. Oh, God. Okay, and I spoke too soon. Oh, look, nothing at all. Right, let's pull back quickly. Pull back.
Interesting.
Not too far back, apparently. No, doggy, no, doggy, come this way. Doggy, this way. Reggie, this way. Doggy first. Doggy first. Doggy first. Everybody else just chill out. There's a trap in the midst here. Where's Reggie? Why is Reggie not coming forth? Okay. Okay, we just keep... where's Elquist? I mean, well, I would prefer to keep him safe, but Elquist doesn't tend to do safe, does he? Look at him. Look at him. What's he doing? Who got hit? I think the dog got hit. Okay. Anybody suffer any kind of draining, damagey type effect there? I don't think so. Oh, you did. Oh, that's mutagen. Doggy got hit. which is fine. We can deal with doggy hits quite happily. Perfect. Oh, we like that. That's good. Good outcome, that, I think. Right, excelente. There's clearly a room behind here. So first of all, we'll disarm the trap and then figure out how to open the damn thing. Ooh. Oh, smells. Lots of things pinging here.
It is finished.
Open that. Okay. Door not. Oh, hang on. Look at that. Highlighting. Uh-huh. Okay. Still nothing. Okay. Anything else? Any other of these? Any more of these kind of things that we can activate? Uh-oh, what's happening now? Oh! Gollum is running up the corridor. Okay, let's pull back.
As it should be.
Oh! Aha! Okay. Lots of people coming. We seem to have suffered constitution damage, probably from some kind of a poison attack. Did we? Or was that the enemy that suffered that? Oh no, we suffered it. We certainly suffered it. Just an Elquist, by the looks of it, which is a slight blessing. Can deal with that.
Right, higher.
It seems to be a DOT-based effect, that. A room full of goodies, it seems. Okay, I don't know what's happening. I'm having to mute my microphone several times because I'm coughing like a madman here, which is making life difficult. But I don't know whether I've muted or unmuted myself a couple of times. I could be talking into a muted microphone. I know I'm not now because I'm looking at the sound levels, but I thought I muted myself and then noticed that I hadn't. So anyway, we'll see how it turns out. This is the trials and tribulations of trying to get sessions up when you're not well. It's very difficult. You know, sniffling or sore throat or headache or whatever, you can just about get by. But when you're coughing, this is like the worst thing to have when you're trying to do this, because you need to talk, which is difficult when you're coughing like a fool. Right, we've got a variety of different chests. I mean, look at the state of this. Let's just talk to the golem first. Okay. Apparently he doesn't want to talk to us, which is fine. We probably have the wrong armour on, yes. We always do it. Some might say you're just getting prepared for the chests, and others might say you're a forgetful fool. Who is more correct, I ask you?
Focus on the goal.
Okay, we've got some statuettes and some gold. Okay. And some rubbish. Okay, and some more rubbish. Okay, and some more rubbish. And yeah, more rubbish. And ooh! A heavy mace, a punching dagger, and a lost key. Okay, that could be useful. More rubbish. Oh, look at that. We must keep in mind our great ruler, King Irovetti. Oh, how the sun shines out of his backside. Ooh, goods. We can put stuff in here. Which makes me think this is a puzzle. We have to put something in these chests. Sorry. We have to put something in these chests, maybe to activate this golem or do something. Ask me what we need to put in them though, and I wouldn't be able to tell you. Okay, this is proving to be more difficult than I thought it would be. I may have to call this session short and try again tomorrow. Oh, hang on. Ooh, gold. I don't know, maybe, what about this cup? Cup of the Victor. Will that go in? I don't know. It's definitely a puzzle, this, isn't it? We have no means to solve this puzzle right now, so we won't deliberate too much. But instead, what we shall do is we shall come here.
In due time.
No, not in due time, Elquist. Now! Clearly. So we trample over several dead bodies. Okay, so we've still got some of our buffs on. We could do with resting before we face off against anything more challenging. But I think we still can go a little bit longer. We've still got this kind of eastern wing to go down as well. But
I know what to
let's just put the entire party in stealth mode and see what we can find here. Oh, another split path. Uh-oh, what's this? Oh, the door, woe is me. A ghost.
What's that thing?
Oh, a hidden door.
How may I help?
Ooh. Okay, so we've got little bedroom quarter things here. Oh, very nice. Just containing a bit of random crap. Oh, this is containing something a bit more than random crap. Quite nice crap, actually. Ooh. Taxian wardens in this little room. I mean, we do really need to deal with everybody, don't we? I would suggest. Because in those chests could be a key, could be something useful. We can't really afford to skip things here. So, sending in the cavalry. Quickly, quickly! Stop fussing, just grab everything. We'll decide what's valuable later. I think somebody's coming. Good day. We're guarding His Highness's treasures. Yes, from anyone who might steal them. Stop! They aren't allies. They are invaders. Attack them.
Time for fun.
What a fools. Okay, let's go. In fact, let's just have everybody launch into a tirade of attacks! Okay, perfect. Yeah, this loot leaves a bit to be desired, I must admit. It's not the best, is it? But hey, let's not be greedy.
All according to plan.
Confide in me.
I need to concentrate. Becoming distracted leads to becoming dismembered.
Door locked from other side. Secret door opening quite nicely. Corridor this way. Which way do we go? There's so many pathways and corridors. We're confused. Could go in here. Oh, this is a secret room.
What a find!
Oh, lots of secrets. Oh, lots of secrets. We
Right
like
here, my friend.
secrets. Oh, that sounds like a monster. That sounds distinctly like a potential monster. But that doesn't sound good at all. What is that? Okay, Elquist can't go into stealth.
I'm listening.
None of us can go into stealth. Why not? Let's come out.
Follow my lead.
What is that sound? I don't like it. You can't stealth. Why not?
In due time.
Silent.
Okay, now we're in stealth. That's good. Elquist can't do stealth.
Share your troubles.
What is going on?
I move unseen.
I don't know, maybe because we're in line of sight or something? I don't know. Anyway, let's just see what the hell this is. It's a were-rat. It's a few were-rats. Door locked with no knob in sight. Okay, and no little candelabras to spin around either. Oh, right. So we've got door there, door there. Both these doors apparently open from another side or something. So we'll have to come back to these in due course. Okay, we shall do just that. In the meantime,
That is not far.
so look down this corridor, and a door, hopefully that we can open. Yep. Which leads to... Dun, da, da, dun, dun, da, da, da. Leads to... maybe a way around to the top. I don't know if I want to go this way now. I'm quite... got an inkling to come this way now. Oh, this looks like a big area. Oh. Where's that going? Oh, where does that go? To storage. Ah, interesting. Maybe this is a dead-end room. Servants? Don't worry, we don't kill servants. Not monsters. Okay, so it seems that this is the end of this particular pathway. Can't get through there, can't get through there. There's a storage area down here. This is all dead, so this way would be the way to go next. But we will check out the storage area first. See what lays downstairs in waiting for us. Okay, hello everyone. Bit of a slight cut there. I recorded the first 19 or minutes of this video, whatever, how long it was, up until this bit, yesterday. And I don't know if you could tell, but I was struggling with my coughing and stuff, so I had to stop the video, I had to stop it. I tried to record a session, I couldn't even get past 20 minutes before I lost the will to live. So, today is a new day. I've woken up this morning. I'm off work now. Today being Thursday, the 10th of November. Tomorrow being Friday. Then I'm away on the 12th. Yeah, so I'm off work now for the next couple of days. I've booked last minute leave because combination of, you know, having some things to do, but also still not feeling 100%. I thought, why soldier on at work for the next couple of days, which potentially could make me feel even worse with all the stuff that I have to do and not resting like I should. And that means that I'll go on my holiday feeling dreadful. So after recording some sessions for you guys for my absence, I'm going to rest for the rest of the next couple of days. So yes, hopefully we can finish this second half of this video, and maybe even a video or two more. But we ended here in the kitchen area, about to go down into the storage area of the royal palace, where there'll be boxes and other stuff. And what else do you keep in the storage of a palace? I don't know. I've never lived in a damn palace, so we'll have to find out together. But yeah, we'll head down and see what lays in the storage area. My voice is like so raspy. Yeah. Everyone's going to have a deep, gruff voice today. Is that you, Lindsay?
All according to plan.
Yes, it's me. I've got a cold. Ah. Oh. A ghost. We've seen ghosts on the upper level. I don't know if there's any significance to them. Ghosts of Christmas past, present and future, who knows? I mean, it is coming up to Christmas time. It's November, which means that there are lots of Christmas things on the TV now. The Christmas adverts are released. There's Christmas stuff at the shops. So Christmas music hasn't started playing on the radio yet, which I think until the 1st of December, that is completely the right approach. No Christmas songs on the radio, please, until the 1st of December. At that point, it's fair game. At that point, the mince pies can come out. At that point, I might even start drinking some port. Who knows? Anyway. It's a very small... Oh. Commentator's curse strikes again. I was going to say, this is a very small storage area. It looks like a corridor, and this map is actually quite big. I wonder if this storage area runs across the entirety of the palace. Okay. I might put the game on paused here while I think. I'm trying to think about when the best time to rest is, because we have a couple of blooded characters. Of course, resting won't help them, but to prevent them from dying permanently, we need to ensure that they remain buffed, and we're running low.
Together we are unstoppable.
On buffs, because we've buffed for the fight with that, I can't remember, Avinash Jerk or whatever character. So I'm debating when the best time to rest. I think what we'll do, I don't know what fights are going to be down here, if any, but there's bound to be fights at some point. We'll cast or recast some more long cast stuff, because these are all expiring in a minute's time. So we'll recast the long... That's fine. Stone Skin's fine. Good Hope needs to be recast. Bull Strength 7 minutes. Bless 8. Okay, so Shield, Mirror, Effortless Armor. So that's him sorted. Let's have a look at Lindsay.
And Lindsay was called forth.
What have you got? Good Hope needs to be recast on everybody, I think. Okay, so a bit of Good Hope. She's not got any of her song left. Remove Fear, 10 minutes, just in case. Excellent. Hurricane Bow, 1 minute per level. I think his has run out now. Yeah. Let's go with that again. Magic Fang, 1 hour, so we'll cast that. 1 minute per level. That's a short cast, that's a mark. We're out of specialist arrows with him. Bless is no more Bless, but Bane is for the enemy. What's this? 1 minute per level, Bless weapon. I don't think that's going to be useful against regular mobs, to be honest. Destruction. This is a really good spell, actually, which we'd never use with Tristian. It's a spell that the Black Dragon used against us. It delivers 10 points of damage per caster level, so that's potentially 160 points of damage. If they make a Fortitude save, they take instead 10d6 points of damage, which is still a significant amount of damage. The only thing that will stop this from happening is spell resistance. So this is a damn good spell to use on things. Anyway, like Avinash Jerg or whatever, we should have used it on him, to be honest. But anyway, so we've done the long cast. If we come across any particularly tricky fights, we could do the shorter cast stuff, such as, I don't know, displacements. Got some displacements left. Maybe some sense vitals and stuff. But for now, I think these regular things should be sufficient. So let us proceed with caution, I think, is the order of business here. Because I did feel that, perhaps a little bit due to my unwell state, I felt like I was rushing through the upper level a little bit too much. This clearly is supposed to be a difficult, challenging area, the whole palace, so we really should take our time. Maybe even engage turn-based mode, to be honest, but we'll make do with that for now, and instead just be careful, basically. I think it's as much as we can hope for. Keep the party together. Did he see us? How has he seen us? Okay, let's stop. Oh, they have seen us. How is that possible? Where, okay. Well, I mean, these guys aren't experts at hiding in shadows. Oh, I forgot to heal the dog as well. Right, this is a good start. Let's get out of the shadows then. How do we want to play this? We've got Pitax Wardens, which are, generally speaking, not too bad. I think we should tank them in the doorway, to be honest with you. So that they kind of get... So they can't flank us and stuff. Should be the best way to do this. So, let us get ourselves prepared here. We'll take the squishies back, because they always like to shoot Lindsay. I forgot to mirror Lindsay, by the way. I still haven't learned my lesson. Right, so we're going to use the V key here for a bit slower positioning. These guys just hold station. No. Yes, that's right. Ooh! Where rats? Hello? Okay. Yeah, so this is like a happy medium. Like instead of turn-based, a bit of positioning. When we're in position and we're happy with things, at that point we'll start worrying about, or we'll let the time roll properly. Right, everybody on the where at. Elquist can also take on the where at.
This
From
should
there.
do it.
Thank you. And we'll have Reggie just kind of get ready in the doorway if he can. Right there. Tank these idiots best we can. Okay, we've got them nicely holed up here. Primed for an AoE attack, actually. So, whilst we have that opportunity, we'll start off with a controlled fireball. And, yeah, have you got any AoE stuff? You've got a regular fireball. Fireball death? Sounds good to me. Try not to get our own people if you can. Maybe about there. Okay, a couple of fireballs incoming. Don't walk any more closer, Reggie. Could get a bit hair-raising. Okay, Elquist made very quick work of it. Well, with the assistance of the others, I'm sure. Made very quick work there. Elquist, just hang fire, just because there's a fireball incoming. Once the fireball's gone, you can stab to your heart's content. The doggy is going to suffer a little bit here. Okay, here goes a fireball. Whoosh. Boom shakalaka. That's two fireballs, both fireballs. Lindsay, I think, is getting hit. Casting mirror urgently. In fact, just take her away for now. Okay, I think we've got this, to be honest with you. Let's unpause properly. What the hell is this lunatic? Trying to kill Lindsay, that's who this lunatic is. Oh Jesus, what the hell is going on? Okay, that's good. Oh, were rats with explosive bombs. Heralds ×2.
A calculated risk.
Oh, more were rats. Popping out of shadows here. Oh boy. Elquist. Keep spawning out of nowhere. What the hell? Like a never-ending supply. Okay, that was actually
As it should be.
quite smooth. Just a little bit of positioning, a little bit of taking your time, and you know, using the V function to slow time down. It's quite a nice happy medium between turn-based and full pace. Should really be using his headband here, but hey, we're not. So, right, okay, let's have a look at some of these loots. These fantastic loots. What the hell is that noise?
In due time.
Ooh, some steps to the palace halls. This is probably to. If this is the this is probably taking us near to the right wing. Obviously, we explored the entirety of the left wing. This is probably taking us to the right wing. Interesting. Okay. Couple of chests here. Elquist's fighting with the wrong armor on again. Maybe something like that might be more appropriate. I don't know. We'll roll with it though. We'll see how it works. Right, formation change.
Follow my lead.
Attention. Ah, fantastic. We have tweaked the items for people. We've not given Reggie the +5 protection ring because it's wasted on him, because it only gives him extra +1. So instead we've given it to Ekun, who has no armor on, don't forget. So it actually helps him massively because he gets the full +5 out of it. So much better for Ekun. Did I call him Reggie? I can't remember. I'm ill. From Akuntio. We've given him that instead because it gives him the full +5, taking him to almost 30 when combined with the natural armor +5 amulet 2. So he's actually not too shabby in AC now, considering he's got no armor on. Lindsay is 28 by comparison with armor on, for example. So that's pretty cool. And I don't know what else we did, but they were the main two little tweaks that I did off camera. Between the first half of this video and this one. Right, okay, let's continue onwards. Let's remember to keep saving also, because we could die at any moment in this kind of place. Okay, there's a corridor down this way. Should we go back into stealth mode?
In due time.
Oh, there's traps. Elquist loves a good trap disarming. Perhaps we should put his vest of 100 pockets back on at this point. It's fine. I don't need any help here, he said. Well, you want to put your vest on, Elquist? No, I don't want to put it on. Why would I want to put a vest on? As if I'm incapable here. I'm clearly capable of dealing with things. Do we get experience for opening? No. Okay. This is clearly the prison area. Of course, in every palace there's got to be a prison area.
Trivial matter.
For all those treasonous dogs. I completely agree. All of them empty. Hannes Drelev. Oh dear.
No mistakes. It is finished.
Okay, who are you, sir? You barely recognize the man sitting in the cell. He's changed much over the years since you saw Baron Hannes Drelev at the formal reception in Restov. Oh! So there was Magar Van, and this was the other guy who was promised a barony, right? He was the rude one. His once muscular arms are now thin, his skin is pale, his eyes sunken. He's sitting on the floor staring at his hands. Ah! Elquist, whilst talking, is just scanning for any magical auras or anything. There are no active spells on him. Some traces of a strange magical aura, however, there are hanging in the air. It reminds you of the one that filled the chamber under the old sycamore where you fought Tutuccio. One could assume that these traces were left by some powerful artifact, but there's no guarantee of that. Interesting. Yes, okay. So, Baron Drelev saying, fancy seeing you here. The Baron's lips begin to tremble, but he doesn't lift his eyes from his hands. Just when you begin to sense you won't be getting an answer, he speaks softly. You are too late. Baron Hannes Drelev is dead. This is only a corpse. Really? We have a few questions. Dead? Yes. But you're talking to me. I don't know how this is happening. Okay, how did you die? Irovetti keeps a monster as a servant. A pet naga. It assumes different shapes for him. But that's not important. He gave her a weapon. A wooden sword. Probably magic. He told her to pierce Drelev with it. She did. And Drelev died. This wooden sword has been referenced before by Avindra, I think. Which makes me think, because this is the same aura that was in the old sycamore with Tutuccio. Tutuccio potentially could well have been dead too. Physically talking and moving and doing stuff, but actually the real Tutuccio perhaps dead. What are you doing in Irovetti's prison? Baron left Restov for Glenabon, stumbled into an ambush. Irovetti slaughtered his people and captured him. No one paid a ransom for Baron Hannes Drelev. Then Irovetti killed him. Well, I'm not surprised nobody paid a ransom for him. He was the alive version was a nasty, foul, miserable sod. Rude. But if you're dead and still have, well, I don't know, some faculty about you, perhaps a priest can resurrect you. A priest? Yes, a priest. Do priests resurrect the dead? Yes. Perhaps a priest can help. Okay, so we can instruct him to go and seek out the cleric Dre Yarns. Tell him we sent him, and maybe that might be able to. Maybe the cleric will be able to resurrect. What's he called? Hannes Drelev. But he was a horrible man. Now are we so bitter to hold a grudge against a man that we met once at a gathering? Clearly has fallen very low. He's essentially a husk of a man. Would we be that bitter to walk away knowing that we could potentially save him or give him advice to save him? Or are we trying to ensure that we get as many people on side as possible that will help us in our fight, not necessarily against Irovetti at this point, but certainly against the Guardian of the Bloom? You know, these kind of allies could well be useful in the long run. So to that end, we'll give him the advice. Whether he remembers we've given it to him is a different matter. Sorry, coughing away there. Dreyan's a priest? A priest can resurrect Drelev? He stands up with effort and leaves the cell, swaying unsteadily on his feet. This Drelev is a real scumbag. He wouldn't have spared you, and yet you saved him anyway. I hope he doesn't blow this shot at a new life. He died alive, and will return to life thanks to you. You granted him another chance at life, as you did once for me. Seems as Elquist is a very forgiving sort, isn't he? Unless your name's Stefano Moscone, of course. Thank you, Elquist. Perhaps Baron Drelev will live again. Just got a sneaking suspicion this will not be the last we see of Baron Drelev. I think this will come. I think this will help. I think this will help us in the long run. And if it doesn't, well, it's nothing lost. Right, what's this? Gedavius, a 17 chaotic evil monstrous humanoid rogue with a bite attack, a claw attack, a gore attack, bewildering injury. So it's a chaotic evil. Oh boy, it's a named character which in a place like this, in a dungeon like this, AC of 42. 10 damage reduction. Okay, we need to actually reassess this position here. This might be the last fight that we have before we rest.
That is not far.
He's obviously the prison guard or something, you know, the warden. But we need to, first of all, save it first. Well, actually, we'll save it now, then we'll buff, then we'll save it again, just to be on the safe side, and then we'll try it, because, and I'm also going to go to turn-based for that one. This looks like it could be a pain, this potential fight. So, let's prepare properly, because we're going to rest now. So, we've got all the long buffs in play already. We'll just Mage Armor the dog again, just to be on the safe side. We're going to now cast the shorter buffs. So, Vampiric Shadow Shield, Fire Shield, and that's it for him, I believe. Okay, Lindsay's going to cast Displacement on him. And then we can only cast one haste, so it'll have to be a haste rather than Displacement on Elquist. Haste. Sense Vitals. Sense Vitals. Yeah. Weapon of Doom. Give it to him. Okay. That's as much buffs that we've got left. Apart from, I keep forgetting Octavia. It's like, Octavia, who are you? Who are you? Why are you here? Oh, she's also got haste as well. She's got lots of Scorching Rays. His damage reduction doesn't extend to spells, so that could be a good thing. What have we got going on here? She's got spells that I've never used. Like, things like this. Legendary Proportions, for example, as being one of them. What's this? He's got Overwhelming Grief. We might use these in this fight. Give him a bit of a blast, you know. Okay. Let's go into stealth.
Escape their view.
As it should be.
See what we're doing here. Oh dear. I didn't mean to do that. Ooh, Smilodons. Ferocious Smilodons. Appearing out of nowhere. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. He's just put our dog down like it didn't even exist. Like it was a fly. That's bad. A very low will save though, so something like a Cacophonous Call could or even this one, a Hideous Laughter might work. Oh, it's immune to it. As its resistances. Oh, it's a gargoyle. Is that a good thing? What about Dominate? What about Hold Monster? Should we try to hold it? Is it held? Yes! So it's got a low will save, so holding it works nicely. Right, we're just going to keep this held for as long as possible. That's Lindsay's task. Keep this creature held. It's not going to save our Poochie, who's lying on the floor, but it's fine. Is Poochie dead? Thankfully not. Right, okay. Next. Elquist. Let's do some stabbing. don't know if actually this has removed the hold status. But we need to make sure that we... These Spilodons I'm not overly concerned about. I'm more concerned about this Gedavius fella. So, we'll go with a magic missile to start with. Which I think we should still be able to attack.
Let's see what your entrails look like.
Okay, struggling to hit there. Okay, Octavia. Has he got a spell resistance? I don't think so. Right, we're gonna cast some high level stuff here. We have to be close to hit this. Let's try it. This is Key Shout. 51 damage. That is I've never used that spell before. That's nice. Right, this should be down now. Acundia shouldn't have struggled to hit him at this point. Nice. Okay, I think we're good. I think we're good now. A few Smilodons.
This is for you.
Okay. They appear out of nowhere, it seems. God. Yeah, we're good now. Apparently not. Lindsay, run.
I grant you death.
Excellent.
Being haste, don't you think?
Was Doggy up? Yeah, Doggy's up. That's good. Okay, we got some... Ooh, hang on. Okay, excellent. So we've got some equipment here. We've got the Manticore skin boots, plus 10 to speed and plus 4 enhanced bonus to natural armor. Anybody in need of some boots? Okay, so this is mobility checks. So we can put those on. These again, situational. We could put those on when we get mobility checks, like we put on the Vest of 100 Pockets. But for the enhanced bonus to natural armor, taking his AC to 37 is quite nice actually, and the extra speed for Elquist to run into the battle, screaming like a banshee, is also most welcome, I think. This is Belt of Physical Flow, Strength and Dex, which is great for Acundio. But he already has Dex from the gloves, so we'll leave that for now. Right, Doggy needs some healing. More healing. And one more for the road. Perfect, right. Oh, we better save it. I may not have saved it after we buffed. Might have forgotten. I think I did forget, actually. Anyway, we're alive. What's that? Door to the Palace Hall. So this is even further east. So this must be more central. Okay. Well, I think I'll probably prefer to go through this door, or up these steps, rather than through this door, if I'll be honest. If we are going to leave this area through one of those methods. Because it looks like the end of the road here. Perception check succeeded. What have we found? Oh! Another passageway. Hang on, just a second. So this is an athletics 40 DC check, so of course we know who's going to be trying that.
All according to plan.
It's going to be our beloved Reggie, of course, so we'll save it again, and we'll help him out with
How may I help?
a buff of blessing.
I need to catch my breath.
I mean, does he even... Oh, people are getting fatigued now as well, which is also another reason to rest. Let's have a look here. I want to see what his athletics is. It's 29, so he has to roll an 11 still, so he still needs a bit of help. So we have two more rounds of Inspire Competence here for Lindsay. So we've got the Inspire Competence, we've got the buff from him, and we'll see if that helps.
Bah, I'm no servant.
He must have rolled like a 4 or something like that, a 6. He had to roll an 8 or above to pass that check. Oh, that sucks. Oh. Oh. There's probably secrets in there. I like secrets. But we're not going to get to the secrets, unfortunately, because we've failed the athletics check. If we level up in this place, we can try that check again, but I don't think we're going to be leveling up whilst we're in here, unfortunately. Right, it seems like a good place to rest because we're going to be heading up into the Palace Halls next. So it's 35 minutes now of this. Well, actually, it's less than that. It's about 30 minutes gone of this particular half of the video. Considering that the first half was about 20, that's now 50. So I'll end the session here. Perfect place to end it. We'll rest up, and then we shall poke our heads into the palace halls through this stairway in the next session as we continue to fight our way towards Irovetti. And hopefully, well, if we adopt this much more cautious, more tactical approach, hopefully we'll get there without too much issue. I've now cursed myself clearly. But yeah, I'm going to try to get as many videos recorded as possible for whilst I'm on holiday, as I mentioned before, despite the fact that I'm not 100%, as you can clearly hear. Which means that the videos for the next 2 weeks that you're going to get are going to be me like this. So I do apologise that I won't be on top form, but still, hopefully you'll enjoy the videos nonetheless. But anyway, enjoy whatever you're doing today, and until next time, I'll see you soon.